98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. It's time for Trends in the Papers. This is the part where we get to talk about the major trending stories on the front pages of our dailies. We have our papers here with us as usual. The Punch, Vanguard and the Guardian newspaper. We'll be starting off with the Punch newspaper, but before then, this is Mainland 98.3 FM, where the conversation never ends. My name is Omobola Sandra, and I would not be doing this alone. To give analysis to the stories that we're going to be looking at this morning, we have Fuad Sahid joining us via the phone line. Good morning, Fuad. Thank God it's Friday.
Yes, so good morning, Sandra. How are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot to take away from today's reports. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know if it is governors tackling the Senate president, or the ban on the exportation of cooking gas, or the fact that the CBN is worried that with FAC allocations, governors are actually converting FAC allocations to dollars. I don't know. There's just a lot to do.
Anytime they share money,
every time there's a FAC allocation, there's problem, there's crisis, in the financial world. I don't get that. I don't know how that.
You'll get it. You'll get it. You'll get it. We've always been saying that, look, this problem of forex we have, the government know where the problem is. They know who the guys who are causing the problem. The problem again with the problem that has gotten to a point where everybody has become a problem is when you don't want to tackle the real issue and you continue to shake hands. So good stories. I've seen it even the Arewa consultative forum. I think the Arewa group. I've also told the president that, look, have you not noticed that every time you share FAC allocation, there's always a problem with the forex because everything gets mopped up. Why are the guys mopping it up? We'll take it from the story.
We'll take it, definitely. I mean, it's somewhere around the Guardian newspaper. So when we get there, we'll definitely look deep into that. But let's start off with the Punch newspaper. The major headline there is palliative palaver. I know you don't like hearing what palliative.
I don't want.
But remember some days ago or so, the Senate president said that I think 30 billion
on Tuesday.
Yes, 30 billion naira was shared to state governors as palliative or intervention or whatnot. And what we have here now is that governors tackle Akpabio, deny receiving federal government 1 trillion naira lifeline. So riders here says NGF, that's Nigeria Governors Forum, says 1 trillion naira windfall. Untrue. So you have here Lagos, Osun, Benue, Katsina, Zamfara deny receiving 30 billion each. Food truck looted in Niger State. Police warn against Ekiti rally. Lagos Ogun rollout relief. So let's look into. It's a very, very long read. I mean, it's spread across pages 2, 6, 16, and 31. But let's just quickly see what we have here as regards, the claim by Senate President Godswill Akpabio that the federal government disbursed 1.08 trillion naira to states to address the food crisis in the country. And what we have here now is Governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, said that as the vice chairman of the NGF, he could attest to the fact that state governors did not receive 30 billion naira each, as claimed by the Senate president. Also, officials of Lagos, Zamfara, Benue, Osun, Katsina, and Enugu states told the media that state government did not receive the 30 billion naira each. So what we have is state governments had in September 2023 received 2 billion naira each out of the 5 billion naira loan that was offered to them by the federal government as a palliative to cushion the effect of the removal of subsidy. I'm sure you remember the 2 billion naira where,
of course, 2 billion, yes,
exactly. So the economic reforms that the government tried to bring in as regards the subsidy removal and all of that, but now as a response to Akpabio challenging governors, because Senate President advised governors to utilize the funds that was given to them to reduce high cost of food items and other challenges and all of that. And then you have state governors responding and saying, hey, what's going on here? I can speak for Oyo State, and I can speak for any of my colleagues because he's the vice chairman and all, and I know when things happen. And if we want to play politics, we'll keep quiet and say let it slide. But we are not going to let this one slide. That's according to Seyi Makinde. First, the FIRS cannot give any money to any state. It is not possible. All revenues accruing to our country go into the federation account, and the money is distributed to all the tiers of government. The federal government does not give money to the states. The money in the federation account belongs to all of us, and it is not only to the federal government. What? Let's tackle that one first.
Yeah. Okay, well, Seyi Makinde was saying this. He said this yesterday in Iseyin, somewhere in Iseyin or your state. To commission a very renovated mosque or something, central mosque, and responding to the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has said at the plenary on Tuesday. Although Senator Akpabio has said he got it from an unconfirmed report that governors had gotten 30 billion naira, not from their regular FAC allocation, but from the FIRS. And I should allow this to slide because if the Senate President is talking, we are talking about the number 3 man in the country, Sandra. After the President, you have the Vice President, and then you have the Senate President.
Senate President, yes.
So I don't think a Senate President without, because again, like I said, he said unconfirmed report. But for him to have said what he said, something must have happened.
He heard something somewhere.
Or he knows something somewhere.
Okay.
And that statement is made was deliberate. It was, unless people are telling us that the Senate President is under the influence of something, and that he's just somebody who talks recklessly. But he was in his element when he was saying what he was saying. So at least from what we could see on TV.
Making such an I mean, as the Senate President, you just
number 3 man in the country.
Number 3 man in the country making such a statement. I mean, and he even said it that unverified report. What exactly can we take away from that? What could be the motive of bringing an unverified report to plenary?
Not just an unverified report, a very weighty unverified report.
Thank you.
Because it's not just a report that people can listen to and say, but for you to say, look, the governors are getting extra 30 billion apart from their regular FAC allocation, and that look, you'll be advising them to ensure that the money is deployed from the FIRS.
Thank you.
But some people were saying that, is this another form of intervention? Did this happen outside the appropriation, the money is appropriated, and all of that? So many questions came up because again, it was not just you and I talking now, Sandra. We are talking about the Senate President, the number 3 man of the country. So, and even in that statement, he added that, look, he's not going to bother with the local government because he knows the local governments can't even do anything on their own because their monies are controlled by the government.
From the state governors.
So he said he would advise the governors to ensure that the money they got is deployed adequately. Well, Sandra, we'll wait to see whether the Senate President will retract that statement, whether it's going to withdraw his statement and apologize to the government.
From the angle of maybe there were funds that were allocated, but
not up to 30 billion.
But not up to 30 billion. Or maybe the funds were allocated, but it has not gotten to the governors yet. I don't know, because now all governors, irrespective of party, are in solidarity that what's going on? We did not get any money. What's happening here?
No, it depends. And I'll tell you, again, we're waiting for. Again, the reason why I think we should not dwell too much on this is that the Senate President himself said unverified report.
It's okay.
So that's number 1. But it is wrong for the Senate President to give us an unverified report as the basis for a statement that the governors have collected 30 billion apart from the individual FAC allocation. So maybe on that, let's just let it slide and go with what the governors are saying, as said by Governor Seyi Makinde and some other state governors who have also issued statements on this. But Sandra, 30 billion or no 30 billion, the governors are smiling to the bank, Sandra. And that's why people are also questioning that. Look, forget about the 30 billion. Let's even look at FAC allocation. I'm sure, I think the February allocation has been issued again. And the governors, I think in total, have been able to share among themselves the 3 tiers of government. They've also shared 1.1 trillion naira now, Sandra.
To them.
As they said consistently, every month, they do over 1 trillion now.
Yes.
over 1 trillion is shared. What we are saying again is that look, now that government is making a lot of money, to the extent that government is even saving money. I think the last time they saved about 200 billion. After sharing what they wanted to share, they also kept 200 billion. And they've been keeping money. Now, what we are saying is that look, some state governors now, Sandra, as we speak, are already getting ×3 of what they used to get before subsidy was removed. Some are getting double. You understand? But what I say, because they are expensive, the state-run expenses have not changed. They are still paying the same old salaries they are paying, right? Standard.
Yes.
So why is it that look, despite now getting huge sums of money,
more money, but same
story.
Same story.
It's not even same story. Worse story. It's getting worse for the people. The people that are getting poorer. Infrastructure has not improved. Nothing has improved in this state.
Can we look at it from the angle of the fact this forex crisis, the fact that everything is now ridiculously expensive? So even if they double whatever it is that they have been getting, as long as the naira is still, I don't know if it's falling or if it's dropping or whatnot, but as long as the naira is whatever is happening to the naira, the value won't really be commensurate with what will be seen or the results.
Again, this is what I would have loved to ask the president and the governors and the people in government at this time. Because again, you have this policy of making a lot of money for government. Remove subsidy, float the naira, go on an aggressive revenue drive, increase tariff, make all of the money for government. And then what you now have is that, look, the people you are governing that are supposed to benefit from governance, that governance is supposed to be about, are now poorer, are living in penury, in abject poverty. And then you now have the government that has now gotten to the position where they are now planning to begin to feed the people. Well, I'm sure we're going to get to Lagos State. I'm interested in that one. The governor was speaking yesterday. He said a lot of things that I'm sure I'm so interested in talking about.
I don't know.
Now,
okay, yes.
We'll get there. We'll get there. He said they are doing food soup or soup canteen or something.
Soup kitchen.
It's called soup kitchen. I thought it was soup canteen.
It's not soup kitchen.
So,
it's soup kitchen. So Mama puts all over the local all over.
To be feeding 1,000 people.
1,500 people. For 1,500 people. I hope that the Amala joint near our office here will also be part of this. Mama put. Because
you are not part of the target. So you go and queue, Sandra, to collect Amala.
What? Am I not vulnerable?
I don't know. Are you ready to go into physical and fight and box? Because I can imagine all the admirals that will come and queue to collect 1,000 Amala.
But
you see, Sandra, and on a very serious note now.
Yes.
We are just joking around. We are fussing around with governance. And it's unfortunate, very, very unfortunate that I will say it again that our politicians are still not reading the room. And they are living in denial. They are chasing shadows. They are being economical with the truth. They are deceiving themselves. They can't deceive anybody. The reality is that, look, they are making all of this money now. The governors are smiling to the bank to the extent that people are already pointing to them as the reason for the forex crisis we have now. Because every time FAC allocation is shared, the report we are getting, Sandra, from people who should know, is that a lot of these governors provide a sizable portion of their FAC allocation to dollars.
Well, we'll get to the report for it.
We'll get to the report.
Yes, we'll definitely get to that report. Okay, yes. You want to finish your thoughts?
No, move on. Just
all
move
right. So there's just a lot to take away from this particular report as regards palliative palaver. But the truth is, different states are trying to bring in different, initiatives. Yes, and interventions to, ameliorate the suffering of the people. Lagos State Governor has promised so many things. It's a lot of promises that we took away from his media chat yesterday. Aside from Mama Put, feeding 1,500 people in all the local governments in the state, there's also the remote work schedule that has been designed for civil servants in Lagos State, where level 1 to 14 would come in will come in thrice a week. Yes, I think I think I got that correctly. Will come in thrice a week. Then level 14 upward will come in. They can stay home once a week, so they will have to come in 4 times in a week. So I mean, and also the 25% transportation reduction. I don't know about that one though, because once upon a time we were promised 50% some months ago, and then from 50% it came back to 25, and the report we got was that it was too expensive to manage and
for the government to pay.
Exactly. So I don't know about 25% if we can take away anything from that particular one. But then as it is now, the Lagos State governor has announced a 25% rebate on fares owned by government-owned transport schemes. We also have here the Lagos State House of Assembly. Oh, no. Announcing the measures the government was taking. Like I mentioned earlier, the government also said civil servants from level 1 to 14 will begin to work only 3 days a week as part of a measure to ease the economic challenges. 25% rebate. With the red rail line to be launched, there will be more options for residents, according to the governor. He also said that the state will be exploring 3 major avenues to ensure Lagosians get affordable foodstuff to ease the economic burden. He said, and I quote, "We'll open soup kitchens and bowls where identified caterers, Mama Put, will be employed across local government areas to feed those who need it once daily. Beneficiaries will get vouchers to be able to access the kitchens. We'll also be having food purchases and redistribution to people who need it, especially as we're currently expecting about 100 trailer loads of rice and grains. Also, we'll be having Sunday markets, in which 42 identified markets where people can buy cheaply at discounted rates. Purchase will, however, be limited to 25,000 naira to ensure that those who really need it benefit from the initiative." These are so wonderful, so beautiful, looking like a wow.
Okay, all right. Sandra,
what?
Yesterday I was telling you, and what I told her was that, look, when government comes up with an idea or a plan, as they are rolling out that idea and plan, just put corruption beside it. Yes, I know what I'm saying. As they are saying, you said it's a wow idea. Oh, it looks very good in the book.
It's looking like
Sandra,
wow.
It's looking like a wow. It's even a wow.
It's a wow.
When you listen to the governor, everything looks so fantastic. But we know what we have, and we know who we are. And so I'm saying that, look, put our corruption index beside those ideas now, and you understand that we're going to run into another kind of trouble. I'm going to start with let's just take it one after the other.
Okay.
Because again, yesterday was all talk. So the first one was
25%.
25% reduction in public transport, right?
Yes.
Again, there are people that will ask you, how many Lagosians do government public bus take